not ours. Now ours being Siaya and Luo Nyanza.
Luo Nyanza. Well, in fact, not just Luo Nyanza,
Western Kenya.
Let me be real before you jump in.
Yeah.
Yo, so I've been listening to some political analysts online especially, and these guys have a very nuanced way of looking at this conversation.
Yeah.
Jesus, the very, very, I want to say politically incorrect when they address this whole matter for shares.
Yeah.
And of course, the role of the quote-unquote broad-based government. You know, exactly what Kina ODM guys are doing there. Now, there's a guy who said, you know, if you look at how resource distribution has been since time immemorial,
the national level now.
National level, of course.
Yeah.
Since independence, it's been going towards a certain direction mostly.
Which certain direction?
You're smart enough to know, Wamzy. You're educated. Yeah, you're not just relying on your duty. It's been going towards a certain direction.
Okay, go on, yeah.
He gave an example during the festive season. You remember?
Yes.
Did you check it when guys were going to places like Kisi, Kisumu? Did you check it traffic?
I saw that.
Uko tu yani when you're approaching Nakuru, even past Nakuru, it's mad. People spend nights on the road.
You guys
up on
do.
traffic.
People going towards that side of the country.
Right?
A trip that could, on a regular day like today, take you maybe 6 hours.
Yeah.
Ends up taking you a whole 18-20 hours.
How now? Well, at the same time, our brothers
let
from another region.
Myself, because while at the same time, Mimi Wamzy, while I'm driving to my shags in Nanyuki when it's festive season.
How long do you take?
Let me be honest. 5 years ago, it would have taken me 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right now, 2 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah. You know, there's somebody who said the reason for this is because most presidents have been from that region, and deputy presidents.
Let me just ask you.
Yeah.
Well, all those governments and have been there. Okay, all this is based on the fact that Oburu feels like Raila's support should account for something for the people of Luo Nyanza.
Correct.
So, hasn't Raila been in every government that has been there?
Has he really?
He
do
has
you know the
been
meaning
in
of government?
He has been in every...
You're in a handshake. That was not government.
No. He has been prime minister, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I think if we look at the hierarchy of leadership in Kenya, we have the president.
Yeah.
Then we have Raila. Then it is not on book, but however, I don't know how, whatever they broad-based, and the other one was Nusum Kate. The other one with, previously was Uhuru. Did he not have...
There's a thin line between Raila being in a handshake situation with a certain president, whoever it is, and Raila actually forming his own government. There's a very thin line.
But,
do you understand?
Yeah, I hear you.
Just because he was, and by the way, even that time when he was in a handshake situation with Uhuru Kenyatta, we saw a lot of projects being developed, coming up, resources heading towards Luo Nyanza.
Yes.
I can tell you that for real, because that time I was in Kisumu. But let me tell you, there's a crazy narrative that's being cooked chini ya maji. And this narrative sounds like this. It's our time to eat.
And that is why
do you know what I mean?
A country will never develop, because it's always our time.
No. It's not even our no. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Have you lived in Kisumu? Have you lived in Nyanza?
I have been to Nyanza, and first of all, your roads are way better than...
Nah.
You guys...
started juicy. Let me tell you.
It started juicy.
Mad poverty, especially when you're talking about remote areas.
Okay.
What? It's crazy. I even saw a certain statistic, and I need to brush up on this one. Guys, don't treat this as fact. But it turns out that most kids who are born those sides, so you have higher chance of getting to a certain, of not getting to a certain age compared to kids born in a certain region.
Okay.
This was a trending conversation online. But I can tell you one thing, because I've been on the ground in that side.
Yeah.
So I told you I'm big in politics.
Yeah.
Most people, most youth, most citizens of this country who are from that region genuinely feel like they're never part of the bigger conversation. They've never had enough cake to eat, and yet this cake is enough for everyone. And that's why you see this narrative being pushed by guys like, Oburu Dinga is selling on the ground.
But I don't think... I hear him and no, I don't hear him. I hear you, Kev. However, I feel like the people of Nyanza and Western Kenya in general, you guys and the people who vote there need to look beyond representation from a particular... There is no one person that can carry your voice. That person, I will not mention their name, will carry their interest. I feel like they always carry their own interest. And maybe it's also their personal brand to always lose in politics so that they
I hear
come
people
by
saying
for
those things,
let's say nusu, and because I'm bringing people here, I'm bringing influence, I'm bringing all this. It is
Family.
it is not fair to the people of Kisumu and that whole region. I stumbled across a TikTok video where someone was saying there were even industries that were in manufacturing, plants that were closed down in that area because
of Siasambaya.
Yes, because of Siasambaya and people wanting kidogo because you have invested in my area where I am powerful na ni mimi kusema. So it means that apart from the taxes that you pay to the government rightfully, I am expecting a cut every month. For example, I'm coming for 10, 20, whatever millions. And this person, they had to close down. And I think
I know, I heard that story.
Sindio.
Yeah.
Yani, the people there lost jobs because of one person.
Okay, let's stop personalizing this story. But let's just Wamzy. Let's just, I can tell siasa.
Yeah.
And I like that. Let's call a spade a spade.
Correct.
Do you believe in Siasambaya Maishambaya? Do you believe in that thing?
Siasambaya Maishambaya, correct.
Do you believe that if you're in government, then your region, if your region is in government, if your region is privileged to head government, then chances are high a lot of resources usually end up being in those, they're distributed towards that region. Do you believe that? Don't overthink.
I'm trying to think of
Just
all
be
presidents
real.
that we've
Just
had.
be real.
I'm trying to think of the presidents that we've had.
Yeah.
First of all, without mentioning names, some of the presidents and why we feel like some regions have been favored is not just because of the tribes, quote unquote, that live there. It's also proximity to the city of Nairobi. The closer you are to hapo katikati, it's kuangukia too. For example, Kiambu County, how would you not expect Kiambu County to be as developed as Nairobi County? Whereas most of the people who work in Nairobi County come from maybe Kiambu County.
At the same time,
it's just proximity to the city, to the pale.
Yeah, but there's something also called Kiambu Mafia. Don't you think they also got a crazy amount of favors? Is that true? Anyway, listen, this is not about da-da-da. I'm just talking about in Africa, how politics plays out, especially because of the whole tribe factor.
Yeah.
Tyranny is a real thing.
It is.
Most people always say that, you know what, because we're not in government, because we'll never be in State House, probably that's the reason our region will never get certain resources. Now, the reason for devolution is to counter that narrative.
Yes, devolution is here to counter that.
To counter that narrative. So we are very, very pissed, by the way, when we see Oburu saying these things.
It's
Do you know what I mean? Ati kata hapo juu alafu chini, tilt the knife.
Tilt kidogo, so
it's very reckless. I think it's very uncivilized and senator-like for him to say those things because you're trying to isolate the other part of the country.
Correct.
People are going to start thinking, we don't deserve all these resources. Do you know what I mean? And this is what makes youth so frustrated with this type of leadership that we have. And in fact, personally, I think this type of thinking, because it's mostly associated with older politicians, is what's dragging this country behind.
On that note, Kev, I have a question to ask you. It is said that, age comes with wisdom. So how old is Oburu Odinga?
No, not that. By the way, that thing for age comes with wisdom is not necessarily true. The younger guys were very wiser than some of these older people. True. Yeah, and that's why you're seeing this whole ageism conversation becoming so rife in the country, playing out in the country.
Correct,
and not just ageism, also classism. Because even when they say ati resources zifikie, zikuje huku, either resources by them, most of the time, it just goes to a few individuals.
Well, let's not talk of the national government. County governments, governors, tafadhali.
Some of the most corrupt people on earth.
You guys are failing us,
yeah, man.
Yeah? I should be able to receive the same kind of service that I could get in Nairobi County or Kiambu County or wherever. Even kama niko Kwale County, for example. Uko kama niko kwetu Laikipia County, the service should be the same.
But you know why it's not the same?
Yeah.
Because these are just, I was told by there, when you look at county governments, they have such huge bloated governments because they just keep on rewarding their own little people.
Fans, I don't know to what they're
my fans.
And
then so what happens is they have all the monies that they have, all the revenue that they have goes to paying salaries.
There's
nothing
no
on development.
Development,
But development, itu kitu kidogo.
Everything else is a recurring bill.
Correct.
Recurring bill.
What the hell is that? I can't even do business with county governments, by the way. That's a waste of my time because they'll never probably pay you.
I feel like the remedy to all this is please vote next time and vote better.
Yeah.
Yani,
But do you know that
we are
thing
feeling
for?
bad about.
Do you know
Just
that
vote.
thing for? It's our turn to eat is really gaining traction in Western. Do you know it's going to be a thing in the next campaigns?
In your next campaigns, you guys, mtasema, the people there, watasema, it's us now. Tunataka kukula.
Let me tell you, it's already building, and then unfortunately, kwa ground, they make these politicians simplify these conversations, so it sounds so appealing to the people on the ground.
Yeah.
They don't really interrogate these conversations. You know what I mean? They just say, wenyewe hata sisi kutoka 1963 hatujakula bwana. Hili time yetu.
Watu huko wanajengewa mabarabara.
Watu wanajengewa mabarabara na usisi huku bwana. Sisi hata dam. Hata hatuna dam.
Hamna dam.
Anyway, yeah. So what are your thoughts, man? 07190122600. The hashtag is Spice Drive. If you're just joining us right now, Oburu Odinga, yes, urged ODM experts to prioritize Luo Nyanza in development allocation. Yeah. What are your thoughts about that, man? Let's keep it moving with the one and only Drizzy, the DJ, and then